Angel Reese, once celebrated as a rising star in women's basketball, now finds herself in a whirlwind of criticism and controversy. What started as an intense on-court rivalry with Caitlyn Clark has spilled over into a media storm. Reese's recent comments accusing Clark's supporters of racism have sent shockwaves through the basketball world. But here's the question: is this just a case of words being misinterpreted, or has Reese crossed a line that could tarnish her career forever? And what's more, is Caitlyn Clark's popularity truly a result of her race, or is it her undeniable skill that's winning over fans? Join us as we delve into the facts, the fallout, and what this means for both players in the WNBA. This is a story that you don't want to miss. Angel Reese's rivalry with Caitlyn Clark has been one of the most talked about storylines in women's basketball over the past year, but this rivalry took a sharp turn when Reese made explosive comments during a recent interview, suggesting that Clark's rise to stardom was more about her race than her basketball skills. According to Reese, Clark's popularity with fans and the media was tied to the fact that she's a white player in a predominantly black sport. The basketball world erupted, social media was flooded with reactions, and sports commentators began dissecting every word. What some viewed as Reese's frustration with media bias, others saw as an unfair and damaging accusation. The backlash was swift and fierce, with many criticizing Reese for dragging race into what should be a celebration of talent. However, there were those who sympathized with her, arguing that her comments reflected a larger societal issue that needed to be addressed. Regardless of where people stand on the issue, one thing is clear: Reese's comments have added a new layer of complexity to her rivalry with Clark, and have placed her at the center of a heated public debate. Even though Angel Reese received a lot of criticism for her statement, Caitlyn Clark was slowly but surely rewriting history on the basketball floor. Another one of the most talented players in the WNBA, Clark goes from strength to strength and sets new records in new performances. Earlier this year, she set a new record for the most assists in a WNBA season, a performance that has entered her into the MVP conversation with more seasoned players such as Aja Wilson. How Clark has become dominant in so many aspects of the game, the scoring, the passing, and the leadership, and how sources, the fans, the analysts, the opponents have taken notice. Most think that she is revolutionizing women's basketball, attracting new audiences, and eradicating numerous stereotypes. If it is hard to imagine the WNBA without Bridget Pettis, it may be impossible to conceive of the league without Cheryl Swoops or Lisa Leslie or Techa Penicheiro or Tammy Albrecht or Ruth Riley or Hamchit, or without quite simply Clark. This is due to the acting ability of the lady in question, and her presence has seen ticket sales increase, more individuals tuning in to watch the league's games, and more attention being given to it by the media. The versatile player has been a force to reckon, as she not only competes against the legendary WNBA players, but also rewriting the script of a rookie in the world of professional basketball. Even with all the drama between her and Reese, fans have applauded her efforts of focusing on the game. There has been a lot of fan outrage over this issue, and most of the fans have taken to their social media accounts to express themselves. Indeed, the majority of basketball fans has closely followed Caitlyn Clark and the victories, attributing her success to her skills and effort rather than ethnicity. The drama with Reese has played out, and fans have lauded her for keeping her head low and eyes on the ball. On the other hand, Angel Reese commented something that caused people's attention in terms of race privilege and media filtering in the sports. Many viewers believe that Reese is right and that black players are downplayed more in the media than their white counterparts, but most people believe that Reese added undesirable extra commentary to the game and pointed out that she only blamed her problems on Clark's achievements. Even sports commentators have chimed into the issue, such as Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, among others. Since Smith has always had no qualms with speaking his truth, he took to Twitter to bash Reese for bringing race into the politics while also sympathizing with the tribulations that can come with being a black athlete at a young age. This rivalry has been further exacerbated by the media, which spends more time discussing the antics off the court than the physical abilities of Tiger Woods and Ronaldinho on the pitch. There is much more to debate over Angel Reese's alleged slap to Caitlyn Clark than the sport itself and its machineries. The controversy that Reese has made about race is that the athletes of color are perceived differently from their white counterparts. It has been alleged in the past that the media has constantly marginalized athletes of color and whitewashes their achievements. Despite its provoking reaction from the audience, Reese's frustration on the lack of representation and fairness in sports media is still real. On the other hand, the critics argued that in this this particular case, race does not have anything to do with Clark's. They argue that anybody has an opportunity to Chenoa Clark to dance and perform in a record-breaking manner, and that she also became a starlet due to her hard work. The believability of the media in presenting information to the people is also in question. The portrayal of athletes influences their careers greatly, and the same applies to the story surrounding this rivalry. Reese has remained in news due to her comment, but what came along was criticism bad-mouthing her. At the same time, only the focus in attempting to continue play has made Clark even more popular as a developing talent. Looking at this scenario, people can be compelled to appreciate the authority the media has over determining the image of athletes in the society. When the WNBA season starts, fans will be waiting to see how Angel Reese performs while Caitlyn Clark continues to rise into fame. The question that will define Reese, therefore, is whether she will be able to come out of the controversy with positive energy and show that she overcame the backlash. Everything she does on and off the basketball court in the future will either make or mar her legacy in the game. Is she capable of getting up and moving on to the next move on the chessboard? Or is this controversy going to follow her around until the end of time? That being said, Caitlyn Clark appears to be well on her way to becoming the next big thing. Her achievements are highlighted by her ability to remain one of the most entertaining players to watch in the WNBA. Her rivalry with Reese has only grown stronger. On the one hand, Clark's effectiveness of performing under the pressure and her growing popularity mean that she may well become the face of women's basketball for several years. The main controversy of this rivalry has most certainly created even greater public awareness about the WNBA, which in turn has helped the league gain more fans. Whether this rivalry will continue to dominate headlines or if both players will find a way to coexist remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: consequently, future women basketball players have never had it easier. Thank you for watching. And what is the battle between Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark really about? Apart from basketball, given that their conflict goes on, it's about rivalry in front of media, stories, and the difficulties people experience while being in the limelight.
Caitlyn Clark deserves love.
How do you feel about the Reese Clark issue? In your opinion, were Reese's comments deserved, or is Caitlyn Clark making exponentially more shots simply because she has more skill?
We saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls.
Well, of course.
That made it like, oh, that gained my respect. That gained my respect.
I hear you.
That's like, oh, she didn't do this to some other little white girls that was over here in Colorado, wherever. She did it to some girls from LSU.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Clark is running away with the WNBA assists lead.
Let us know in the comments below. When Smashing the Pundits ends, feel free to like, share, and subscribe for weekly breakdowns of the most crucial sports tales. That is a rivalry that we will be closely monitoring as the season goes on and hoping to see lots of action between the two teams. Until next time.